Okay, as you can see, this is the Wessex Ridgeway, leg 9, going down into Beaminster. So we're starting up on Minterne Hill, which we can see here is the changeover is at Buckham Down, and there's a wheel in front of it which shows the official changeover. You've got this kind of island of grass on the main road. That one goes off to Beaminster Tunnel, and this is off towards Brampisherman that way. So the runners come down here, and basically you'll see them up in the distance, and they'll be coming down the road here, and usually the changeover is somewhere on this gravel, between the gravel and the road, and then the route disappears off down that track. Now straight away it's a gravel track, very steep and rugged, and there's some steps and whatnot, and hollows and dips and bumps, so just be very careful. Anyway, so hopefully you've started your Garmin watch, and so you can put it on Strava, and you've got the map in your head, so we're ready to go. That's the car park, but don't worry about that. We just head off down here into oblivion. Very muddy when it's wet, wash through, awkward to run on, but actually you can blitz it down here if you're confident. So after a short while you're coming into a house, or a house on your right, and then you start to see that the road is better condition. Having rained last night, it was quite wet coming down there, but nothing too bad, not even a splash really up my leg, so that's okay. So this road now takes you lovely downhill into Beaminster. As you can see, it's a nice morning, well, lunchtime, so about the time you'll be running, I should say, and yeah, this takes you into Beaminster. So you just keep going and going and going. So already we're coming into town. That's a little turn on the left which we ignore. We do just stay onto this. We're now in amongst the houses, and we'll keep going. So we come past these houses with the rail and the river next to it. There's a turn on your left, that's not us either. We're still staying on this one. You've got a sign on the right that says Fleet Street. Don't know whether they do the pages here, but there we are. And we're just carrying running on. Straight down here. A little rise, and then we're coming into the back of the town. Okay, so we come down Fleet Street to this junction. On the left is the town hall, and on the right is the NFU. That's it there, and over on the left again, past the Yarn Barton, is, where are we? Is the community information, tourist information. If we jog past that, the blue door is where the toilets are, which are usually open, so that's helpful. However, we see the Wessex Ridgeway sign, and we go down this road next to the tunnel that goes like that, out into Market Square. You'll see the co-op in front of you. We're going to cross the road carefully, so I'm not going to use the camera, and we're going down between the co-op and the orangey building on the right. So you've got the co-op in front of you. I'm getting run over, and we're going down that road there. So from the co-op we're going down here towards the orangey building, and if you're lucky you've got the church bells going like I have now. There it is on your right, and we're following that road. There's the church. We just stopped ringing, and we're going to go up along there, following that wall. We're going to follow this road basically to its end. So here we are at the end of the road. We've got Short's Orchard on the left, and we can take this path, Wessex Ridgeway, going up through here. As you can see, a bit squelchy. Definitely trail shoes on this route. Enjoy. I'm going to take you to the end. We just stay on this path. So the squelchy path has turned into a bit of a gravel path, and then just here we've got a bit of tarmac. We're going to cross that and go into the field directly ahead. The little sign there is also the Wessex Ridgeway. I'll zoom into that. You won't have time, you'll be hurdling the gate, flying through, and then we're off across the grass. Lovely. See you at the end of that. So, end of the field, we got this gate, which somebody's left open, which I will close. Must be this way. Yep, we're turning left. And you see Half Acre Lane in front of you. That's where we're going. So we're turning right down here. So again, it's kind of a back alley, back track between houses. Comes out onto some barns, and then we go into a field. I'll show you that when we get there. Whoopsie. So as we come up here, you'll see there's a footpath on your left. So we're going to take that and go up this bit of a path. And this is where we get to our first field. So we're going through it. And we're going across there. Now let me just take you back through. So we've taken this path up here, we come running up, and we're going into that field. This is about the organic land. You don't want to turn right, because I don't think it would be fatal, but definitely we're going into the field here, and then as you've just seen, it's very obvious across the field. So that is diagonal. You've got a left hedge, you've got a right hedge, and we're going between the two to the barns. In the distance you can see the final trees where we're going to get to, but that ain't even the top. Have fun, I'll see you by the barns. So now reach those barns, we're going to go through the gate, and you can see there's footpaths bloody everywhere, and it's a working farm, but we go along next to the barns, along to the corner, and then there's a little sign on the left that says take you around the corner, and we do exactly that. So we're going around these barns. They look lovely, don't they? And again over there is the hill we're going to do. There's some people walking up there. I wonder if we'll catch them today. So this is really the first hill out of Beaminster. I've got a fly in the eye. Not a bad idea to wear sunglasses, even if it ain't sunny, which I'm not, because otherwise I won't be able to see the film. So we carry on down here. Pretty obvious. We're just following this path to the hedge, which again looks impenetrable. Bit of mud on the corner, and we're going to follow it down there, taking care not to slip over. And we've come over our first little bump. Steps in the gate, so you don't want to be flying up that. And then we're into Woodland Trust, and we're just following that down into the trees there. You can look at the valley there where we've planted the trees. We're going down, so we'll just enjoy that. Oh, whoops, we got a branch down. So at the moment we're skirting round. Oh, that was well blocked off. So we're still skirting round a little bit of undergrowth. Turn left by the bluebell, and then we've bypassed our branch down. So we'll carry on. Again, we've got our Wessex Ridgeway, and we're following down into the dip. Because it's woodland truss, they got little wood sculptures, I guess, so you know you're on the path. So we'll just peg it down here as well. And again at the bottom there's a crossroads of paths, but we're not, we're going straight ahead again. Oh, have you enjoyed your visit? Yes, it was lovely, thank you very much. And then we got these steps down to the bridge which we go across. Another gate. We did have donkeys in here a couple of years ago. Oh, there they are. So we now turn right and we're going up there. There's that dead tree on the skyline, and we're basically making a beeline for that. The stile is about 2 fence posts on from it. We've got these couple of stiles here, and we'll go through that stile. But on the top of this one, I'm going to pause and show you the donkeys. Isn't that cute? Right. I won't be speaking for a while because I'm going up that hill. There is a bench halfway up, so enjoy. Okay, so I'm now at the dead tree that's at the top, and the stile is just to the right there. But if we turn round, you can see the valley that we run across. So we've just come up from just to the left of it. We came through those trees as the barn, and way off in the distance, about there on the skyline, is where we started. We've only done 2.6, 2.7 miles. So anyway, we come back round, and we look at the stile, and from here there's a gap in the hedge. Further on, that's where we're going again. As you can see, it carries on uphill. That's my breath. Oh, my calves are killing me already. But there we go. So, we're coming up to this stile after the dead tree, and we go over this one. And there's a muddy lane between, but we're going straight over. No gates or anything, just into the over the stile and into the field. What a carpet of bluebells. They're gorgeous. Look at that. Okay. So, the hedge line is on the right. There's a grassy track in between, and rough grass and a hedge on the left. We are going up the grassy track, and you're basically curving round slightly to the right. And again, it's uphill. This one keeps giving, this one. So I moved on only a few yards, and then you can see the hill opens up in front of you and keeps on going. And we're basically going right to the top. So the highest point you can see now is where we're going. And then we will head off to the right in between those trees. So, just about to see the sea. Where are we? Yeah, about there. But it's a bit grey, so not really happening today. Anyway, we're approaching the top of this hill. We're swinging around slightly to the right. You can see the trees there. You see it's got grass to the right. So we're going to go dead centre screen as it is now, along that grassy track. It does drop down a bit now, which is nice. This is not your highest hill, although it definitely seems like it. So I'll come down through that gap. Now we're aiming basically for the right of those houses. We're going to follow that hedge line, the right hand hedge line, straight down to those houses. I'll show you when we get there. We're going to go behind that green hill and then up to the woods over there. That's Pilsdon Hill, the highest point in Dorset, and we have a changeover point on the other side. So at 3 miles dead, we're roughly about halfway. So there's the house. Over to one side is this gate or step over that you can do. We go through there, and then there's a stile ahead. We'll just trot down to there. This next bit's a little bit weird. So we're going to go over this stile without falling over. Clipped with both legs down this muddy hole through this little stile, and there's this path. So you've got a house to the left, but our path takes you down and up, as you can see where these people are going. They're the ones I was going to overtake. Straight ahead is a signpost, and we're just going to follow the path up and up and up and around that way to the gate, which is there. Okay, so I've overtaken those two friendly ladies. We've come past this dip where the pond is. We've been using this path, and we're going up there to, as I say, that gate. Up there, and we basically follow this track. Very simple, this bit. Just stick to the track, although it is going uphill. So over in this corner is your next gate. We're taking the metal one, I'm sure. Yes, it is the metal one. So livestock must be kept on the lead. There's your public footpathway, and we are just following that wire fence to the pylons in the corner, in the far end. See you there. So we're at the pylons. There's a gate in front of us and a puddle, and the track just keeps going on and on. Follow it up. I think it goes up over here and round to the left, but we'll see when we get there. So those fields with the pylons used to be really muddy, but they've obviously been doing a lot of work. Now I can't guarantee the digger will still be there, but hopefully the pylon is, or we've had a big storm. Now when we go into this field, you can see it's just a what a gravel track. We can squeeze through here. So it's a gravel track which we're going to follow down, and you can see some cars tootling along. Now this goes around a corner, and it used to be a real dump of a farm. This is pre-COVID, so pre-2020. It looks like they've done the whole area up, so hopefully it's done nice. Let's go and have a look around the corner. Wow, that is some change. It used to be a load of derelict barns. That barn on the left, the stone one, they've obviously done that up, but there used to be some shitty metal ones and wooden ones with just a pile of rubbish. This whole field here where I'm stood on this track, it was just mud. So yeah, they've done a good job there. Right, so we're going to head through where that lorry's just come out onto the road, and I'll show you from there. So that was Stoke Nap Farm. We've come out of the gate, directly across is some metal gates, and we're going in that path there. Do not go down to the road, which is off to Stoke Abbott and Bridport. We're going up this lane. Now they've cut the hedge. We need a new sign as well. Pilsdon Hill, quarter of a mile, and that's our peak. Now you can see the water running down here, and yeah, this is a wet lane. Yeah, bit of fun. Let's go and see. So the track is basically the riverbed. No, it's only a stream. This is our track up here. You can see the water runs across it, but with it being a gravel path, we can just step across and round and not get wet. Now they have cut back quite a bit. I'll say that again, they've cut back quite a bit, so it's a lot lighter than it used to be, and yeah, it makes for some nice running. And you got to think we're in the last mile or so, maybe 2 to go. So keep it moving, keep it steady, and hold something for the sprint at the end. So the higher you go, the less water there is. Not. Anyway, so we're now into the beech forest of Pilsdon Hill, the peak. Now Pilsdon Hill, I was pointing Dorset, a lot of people think it's Bullbarrow, but it isn't. Pilsdon Hill, and it's a lovely area. One of my favourite places. Not necessarily a favourite to run to, but it's good going. Lots of wildlife, deer, badgers, squirrels, lots of different fungi, loads of moss, look at that, the carpet. And you get these wonderful gullies between the trees where our path lies. Now you can probably hear my feet squelching away. So, I mean, a lot of it's just this leaf mulch, so you don't sink in. And you can see how clear the water is. And basically, we follow this path round. Now you can see it curves around here. Got a gate on your right, and we stay on this. Alright, if you just stay to this, so you'll stay on the edge of the trees on your left, and you're almost out into the fields on your right. If you stay like that, you'll be fine. Here's a mid marker for the Wessex Ridgeway, and it's next to a lake, so I'm going to toot across here and just come round on my left. I might even pop up here in amongst the trees. And you can see I could have just trotted through. Maybe I'll do that on the way back. But if you do cut in, don't go too far before you cut back, otherwise you're lost in there forever. So let's go back to our path. Having skirted the lake. Now you won't do that when you're running. You go smashing through and on up this path, which is gravelled here. So a nice public path, ease of access. And we're going to follow that through. It does go on for a bit, but keep pushing that speed because we're flattening out. So you've come along that bit from the National Trust sign, and you've been pegging it along because it's a bit downhill. And now we're coming to this bit here where the path sort of disappears a bit, and you've got some choices to make, mainly around puddles, but I don't mean that. So we're basically following the best of the track, so not down that gully. We don't particularly want to use the mountain bikers route, although to avoid the on the left, I think we will. We'll just trot up here. So we've got a nice little drop, and then we're setting off along this one. So this changes as we've got smaller trees. I have to say, between the last little snip and this one, I've seen about 6 squirrels, but the weather's closed in. I'm pretty sure we had a rumble of thunder, and now it's come over all foggy, or at least low cloud. Oop, big puddle. Can't be asked to step in it. And we carry on through. Now today this is squelchy. I've run along here on a boiling hot day, and it's lovely. Now the path, again, let me step back a bit. So we were coming along here, and the path curves up and round. So when you go up and round, you've then got these trees in front of you in a long line on a bank. That goes left, again back up to Pilsdon Hill. We're not going back up. So we want, ooh, how do I put my foot in there? We're going down here and out and through. Now again, there's your Ridgeway sign, so you know you're on it. And we're just belting it down here now. Technically the path's on the right. You're going to choose the driest route. And again we're trundling off down here. Again, there's the muddier leafy route on the right by the hedge that goes out into the fields where the thunder is. Or there's these little banked bits. I'm going to go down here. It's basically seeing the best route you can and going for it. If you get it wrong, as long as you keep going in this direction, you'll be fine. It just depends how muddy you get. think I'm on the wrong side. Definitely, I'm going to use that branch to get me over there. There we go. And then we're out through here. My word, that fog has really come in. So once you get on this gravel down here, you really are close. So this is where you need to start picking it up so that you can pretend you've sprinted all the way. So you've been pegging it down this lane, and then some horses on your right, usually, and then you come out finally at this bit. And I say finally because there's the road. We're turning left, check the traffic, and if I were you, I'd switch to the right here, because that lay-by in front is where the changeover is. So you've got to sprint this bit, make it look like you've been flying all the way. Don't forget, as much mud up your back as possible, make it look like you've been really pegging it. You can see how the weather's closed in. It's only about 3 o'clock as well. So we're pegging down this road, and where that car is now is the changeover point. So with any luck, they should be facing you, because they go down that track there, and you give them the baton here. Off they go down Sweepwash Lane, whereas you've just come up that road. So the changeover and off down there. Sweepwash Lane. We've also got Courtwood Farm. This is a bit of a lay-by, so people have a car change over here, and really it's on the map as Swillets Farm. Hope you enjoyed. So I made that 5.75 miles. It is King of the Mountains route, as they say, because you have got Pilsdon Hill that we've just come over. Yeah, but all the legs are hilly. Anyway, so that was leg 9 of the Wessex Ridgeway relay. Cheers. Anyway, the weather changed. You can hear the rain, and you can see the lack of view. I am drenched.